There was an old tree in the forest that was unlike any other. You see, this was no ordinary tree. This was a magical tree, and the villagers who lived nearby called it the Whispering Tree. They believed that if you sat at the base of the tree and asked it a question, it would whisper back an answer to your deepest questions. So one day a young girl did just that. She sat at the base of the tree and closed her eyes. She thought long and hard about her question. Finally, she whispered to the tree, "Why do I feel so small? Like nothing I do matters." But the wind seemed to mock her with its rustling leaves. The tree remained silent. She sat there for a long time, but all she heard was the sound of the wind and the birds. So she finally opened her eyes and stood up. As she walked away from the tree, she noticed something amazing. Not far from the tree, a tiny ant was carrying a grain of sand many times larger than itself. It was doing its best to build a hill for its colony. And then she saw a bird that had made a nest high up in the branches of the Whispering Tree. It was gathering twigs and leaves to make its nest cozy for its babies. And as she looked up at the tree, she noticed that each branch was swaying ever so slightly in the wind, as if the tree itself was pointing to her. She looked back down at the ants and realized that just like the tree, they too had started out small, yet they were working together to create something big. The girl smiled as she understood what the Whispering Tree had meant. Every great thing starts small. Every small thing has a purpose. The tree hadn't spoken, but its wisdom was clear. As the girl walked home from the forest, she held a small seed in her hand. She took it out of her pocket and put it in the soft soil. Then she took a small twig and planted it beside the seed. She knew that even though the seed was small, it held the potential to grow into a tall, strong tree. And just like the Whispering Tree, it would provide shelter and food for the birds and ants and all the other creatures in the forest. The girl watered the seed every day and sang songs to it as she worked. She didn't know how long it would take for the seed to sprout, but she was patient. She knew that good things take time. One day, the girl came to check on her tree, and she couldn't believe what she saw. The seed she had planted had sprouted and grown into a beautiful young sapling. The girl smiled as she looked at the tree. She knew that one day it would grow tall and strong, just like the Whispering Tree. Sometimes in life, we feel like we're not making a difference. We feel small and insignificant, but the truth is, we all have the potential to do great things. We just need to believe in ourselves and have patience. The Whispering Tree is a story about believing in yourself and having patience. It's a reminder that even when things are tough, you should never give up. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more inspiring content. Thank you for watching and see you next time.